Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Here's an interesting question. Why are so many people thinking of voting for reform? Well, I wasn't the one asking, I am asking the question, but I wasn't the one who asked the question in a survey. But the results of this are, well, quite interesting, really. Do you know that a third of all Conservative voters, that is, so a third of people who voted Conservative at the last election, are going to vote Reform, or at least say they're going to vote Reform at the next election? Now, that must really worry the Tories, despite what they say. But here we go. How about this one? 4% say they're going to vote Reform because they like Nigel Farage. 4% say it's because they're not the Conservatives. 6% say it's because they're not Labour. Now, isn't that interesting? More people because they're not Labour than not Tory. 7% say it's because they represent the views of the average working Briton. I'm surprised that's not higher. 7% also say it's because they stand up for another best for Britain. Standing up for Britain seems to be a bit of a theme with this. 8% say it's because they're honest, trustworthy, and speak a lot of common sense. That, of course, is going to be a big pull for anyone, because when it comes to honesty, well, the Labour Party haven't got any. And, well, I'll give the Tories a little bit, but not as much, you know. Generally their policies is coming in at 11%. Also at 11% is the fact that they are different and promise a new approach, a new direction, something new for the country, and we have to get away from the stale politics. Here we go, the big two. In second place, I ought to do the dan, 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 countdown money. But anyway, if you're old enough, you'll remember that. In second place, with 18% of people questioned, said it is their policies on immigration. I'm surprised that's not first, but it does go to show that it isn't the big one. The big one is, and it's quite good, it's that they are neither Tory nor Labour nor Lib Dem. They are their own party. They are better than all the rest. And they are not part of the uni party or part of the establishment, which seems to work against the British people. So there you go. That's why people vote for reform. And as time goes on, and this momentum towards reform continues, and the momentum away from Labour continues, and let me tell you, come April, Labour are going to lose a lot of support once people start losing their jobs and seeing the cost of employment go through the roof. And, of course, the cost of goods in the shops go up, especially food. Labour are going to lose an awful lot of support. And some of that support, of course, will go straight to reform. Reform will be, by let's say the end of April, first, the biggest party, and the biggest party by a margin. I wouldn't like to say, but I'll make a prediction. I can be right or I can be wrong. Hold me to it. By the end of April, reform will be at least 5 points clear. That's my prediction. We come back at the end of April and have a look. One worry about reform from the Tories is that it is the natural home for disaffected Tories. One worry for Labour people is it's a party they'll go to because it's not the Tories. And that's why it's hoovering up so many people. And the opposition parties don't have a counter. They keep calling them populist because they're popular. And they say, well, we can't fight what they're saying because what they're saying, resonates with the people of the country. And that, for them, is the biggest problem because their policies don't resonate with the people of the country. And for Labour, it's even worse. They're outright lied. They told lies to get into power and have done the complete opposite since they've got there. They're making life worse for everyone. It is pretty good. It's something that it should be welcomed. When asked, though, of those people who said they weren't voting reform or supporting reform, they were 28% said, I don't know, I've got no reservations about them, I just support the other party. That 28 is the target for reform, because that 28, I've got no reason not to vote for them. I just have always voted over here. That's the 28% that you can pull. At that point, it's unstoppable. 11% said a lack of experience in governing. Well, that's something that comes with time. Again, that's between the two, 39% of people who are not voting reform don't really have a proper reason not to. It could be a wipeout. It could be an absolute wipeout at the next general election, like something like 500 seats for reform. You could have Labour on single or double digits, the Tories on single or double digits. This is how serious this is. It's existential for the Uni Party. No wonder they are worried. Third place of why they won't vote for reform is, well, it's a small party, it might be a wasted vote. Well, here's the thing. As the party grows, as support grows, that small party might be a wasted vote, is another 9% where they go, actually, it won't be a wasted vote. They're going to win this. I'm going to vote for them, make sure they do. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing, there are going to be a lot of squeaky bums on whatever Friday morning it is. It'll be 3:00 in the morning. The Tories will have phoned up and said, yeah, we concede. Labour will have phoned up and gone, yeah, we concede. And then all sit back down just to see how bad it's going to be. And Swinney, if he's still there, which I doubt, but Swinney will be sitting there going, oh, no, we've got no SNPs at all. That'd be strange. That'd be laughable, wouldn't it? The SNP completely wiped out at Westminster. Well, it's just stunning numbers. Anyway, there we go. I thought I'd pass on these, but you can see not only are they doing well for those who support them, but those who aren't supporting them don't really have a reason not to. And that, of course, will be the key demographic to get across. Get that cohort across, and nothing will stop reform. And as soon as they get in, their first task, in case they screw up, their first task has got to go proportional representation after that. Simply to remove extremism from our politics. Because look at what's happening with extremism. Extreme left. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Went on a bit longer than I thought. Take care. Speak soon. Bye.